Let's call this one the evolution from past to future in a few easy steps. No, I'm going to come up with a better title than that. But let's just discuss the content of my thoughts this morning. It's going to be a temporary video, and you'll see why. You know, at first people are just throwing sticks and rocks, and then they get into this and that, and then they discover that you can capture the energy of your being in a piece of wood, the string tied to it, and throw a projectile. Then they discovered that you can shorten that and increase its effectiveness by gluing animal tendon to it. Then they came up with this idea, what about taking one of those things and putting it on a piece of wood and coming up with something like this. And then they thought about, them being Wile, Coyote, and myself, how about putting like some kind of a thing on the end? And then they came up with the idea, well, and I'm getting this from Wile E. Coyote, this is just a cartoon. How about taking this thing and putting a rocket in it? And instead of using a bow. And I'm thinking, well, let's see here, because I was into model rocketry for a while. How hard would that be to take a PVC pipe and a D engine, which can, I think the maximum weight of a D engine, a rocket or mass weight, in the case of ounces, 14 ounces. And what can you do with 14 ounces? You've got a rocket, you've got a PVC tube, you've got an ignition system, which is just really simple. You can have the battery in the handle. Then you've got an ejection charge, which, use your imagination. And you're fiddling around with a possible thing shooting out of that PVC tube that's 14 ounces with an ejection charge. Use your imagination. And then you can get to the point where, why do you just have to have one? Why can't you cluster tubes and have what modern people would call an MLRS, multiple rocket launch system? You know, where you could have literally like a dial that turns on your handle, fire 1, fire 2, fire 3, fire 4. It would be simple. It would be so simple. And again, you've got the ejection charge. Hollow tube behind you, so the back blast isn't going to like burn you in the face. I wouldn't want to have a rocket motor on this. That would be true Wile E. Coyote. Just a few thoughts. Now, as far as my challenge, the Wile E. Coyote challenge, it didn't click until Eli brought it up on channeling Wile E. Coyote. I mean, how would that have worked if everything worked out well on the first try, or worked out at all? I wouldn't be channeling my inner Wile E. Coyote. I need to turn this so there's a visible acme on here. Another thing that should go along with the Wile E. Coyote challenge would be the blueprint. I would need to make a blueprint to go along with it. And this morning I was thinking I could just say heck with it and just go full out Wile E. Coyote. Cock it, load it, and shoot it straight up, like I used to do when I was a kid, and then using a garbage can lid, a metal one, I wouldn't suggest it was a plastic one, and running underneath it and then trying to catch the arrow with the garbage can lid. Somehow my years of experience on this, in this mortal coil, has taught me that that's not a good idea, nor creating porcupine in the neighbor's roof with our bows and arrows and having arrows sticking into there, that's not a good idea either. And then figuring out a way how to get on top of the neighbor's roof to reclaim our arrows. Oh, lost youth, where did you go? But that is it. This is my temporary video. It's currently snowing, which wouldn't be bad for this. It went from rain to snow. I wouldn't want to use this one in the rain. This one with the massy finish, I wouldn't worry about it at all. It's sinew backed, but I've got an epoxy acetone finish on the back, and so that should be good in the rain and the humidity. But yeah, I'm not going to do that. Especially in these modern times, I'm not going to build a rocket launcher, but How simple would that be? How absolutely simple would that be? Anyway, I hope you appreciated this temporary video. Have a good one. Appreciate your viewership. The application of this is not that it should be saved for rocket launcher. You could even, I'm just thinking here, have a spike in the end so whatever it hits it sticks into. I could probably most likely get into trouble for saying that. Again, temporary video. Have a good one. Enjoy your day. Make the most out of every day. That's all.